to the first video on my channel, which is going to be my shelf tour. I thought I would start things off with this type of video because I think it'll show like what groups I'm kind of into, even though there's a lot more that I like that I don't have albums for. But let's get into this thing. So first, starting with the top half of my big shelf, we have this One Talk album, which is signed on the back. Have little two signed Polaroid from 1-9. Then have this little Donghyun banner thing. I forget the actual, there's a name for it. I don't know, I don't remember if banner's the right thing, but we'll call it a banner right now. Have a ONEUS fan from KCON LA 2019. See, have little I.M and Joohan paper standees. And we have this little mirror of Bonghoon from D.O.B. On this side, I do also have many things, as you can tell, that aren't K-pop related on the shelf, but we'll just focus on what is K-pop related. So we have Hasul cup sleeve, Third Eye signed album, HBY signed album, and also a little thank you note from Kyuhyuk. And then there's a little Woojin banner. So that concludes the top half. This section of my shelf is my old groups, except for ouizdae, who have their own little shelf. So first cube here is Monsta X albums, and then we have Wonho's, and also Monsta X Lightstick. I still really want to get version 2, but version 1 will do for now. And then over here, have some different groups. We have One Team, On and Off, and an On and Off Seasons Greetings from 2018? 2018. And then ONEUS, another On and Off album here, and then ONE, and then On and Off signed spin-off album. That is the alt group shelf. So from this point on, I have a 6-cube shelf, which is divided into different sections. First, like the top row is albums. I have my shelf kind of color coordinated a bit. The first row is like black, white, gray, colors like that, and the bottom is just all colorful. So for these first 2 cubes on the left, though, they are all albums from groups that had members that participated in Produce 101 Season 2. I was a big fan of that season, so I try and keep up with like almost everyone that was on the and every trainee that was on the show. So like that's why there's so many albums here. But first, we obviously have 101, who was the final group from that season. Then we have ouizdae, we have JBJ95, We in the Zone, D-Wants, 20 Snores the album, but Noir is the group. We have Meist, BZ Boys, and then here is Off-Road and 10 with Rayon 5. Oh, and then I have this little focus, this little cup sleeve of ouizdae that I got at a cup sleeve event during KCON LA. So now down here we have this little JBJ95 fan. And then album-wise, we have more 101, more JBJ95, and then we have The Boys, and Flying, Jinyoung and Hyunsu from D1's their like special album that they did like sometime after Mix 9, I believe it was. Then we have Hot Shot, more New East. This little like photo, I think it's called like a photo essay, a little photo book. We have Daniel's albums, Seven, and then OTC. So these next two cubes are my semi-alt groups and soloists. So starting off, we have AB6, CLC, Momoland, Songri, who was part of Reigns, have HBY, D Crunch, and then Stray Kids albums right here. And we have Momoland's little light stick. I love it so much. Hold on. Isn't it so cute? It's so cute. Alright, and down here for the colorful albums, we have more AB6, HBY, D Crunch, Unki, who is also in Reigns. And we have back there, we have Third Eye. Their album is called Triangle, and it's literally in the shape of a triangle, and it's hard to store, so it sits back there. I love them, but it sits back there for storing purposes. We have Momoland, CLC, and then more Stray Kids on the bottom. And then I have this little let's see, focus. AB6 anniversary cup sleeve. Super cute, right? And now these last two cubes are more just like miscellaneous groups and stuff. Or like groups that I was collecting albums for at one point, but then, stopped. But I don't want to get rid of the albums because either like I just love them too much, or also like they're gifts, and I feel a little weird getting rid of gifts. So first off, we have GOT7, 17, BTS, ATEEZ, Marmello, and then down here's Pentagon, and also with the Pentagon light stick. That's super wonky. If you can't see, I tried to fix it and just like made it wonkier, if you could like hear. So that's a little sad, but it is what it is, I guess. Alright, and then I forgot to mention, but this Marmello album is signed. And then we have Blanc 7 signed album, have some Luna albums, NCT 127, EXO, and UNB. And then over here we have Villain and Byungjae's albums. Alright, so final cube. We have 17, Pristin, Pentagon, Icon, Romeo, Map 6, another 17 down there, and then GOT7. We have Varsity, Gravity, Infinite is somewhere there, right there. And then we have Intuit. So that concludes the big boy shelf. I will now move on to a shelf that's a bit smaller, but is for ouizdae, who are my main alt group. Very quickly before I show the shelf, I just wanted to show like a little overview that this whole section on my wall here is basically dedicated to ouizdae. So yeah, that's how much I love these boys so much. So over here on the top of the shelf, we have a 1-9 signed album, and then we have Johan little mirror thing, have Donghan's light stick, this little thing from Donghan birthday cafe event, and we have Daehyun's signed album, promo album, and a little Donghan transparent banner thing. So for the top half of this shelf, I have the different members, like previous project groups that they had been a part of. So we have Rains' albums, which Daehyun was part of. And then we have little Rains light stick. Ooh. And then we have JBJ albums, which Donghan was part of, and this one is signed by Taehyun, and then one of these is signed by Donghan, which was a lovely gift from my friend Diane. And then right up here we got, oh no, back. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I need to organize this better so things don't fall. Anyways, JBJ light stick. Oh boy. Yeah. And then they're falling over, but we have When the Nine's albums, which also, JBJ standees and When the Nine standee, but When the Nine, Youngha and Junso were part of. And then over there we have X1, who Johan was part of, and When the Nine light stick. Alright, so next two sections where we won't knock things over. As you can see, this middle section is extremely bare. That's because this is where I plan to put the actual group albums when they come, when they debut. Is finally coming, but yeah, so this is where those albums will go. But for now, we just have different magazines that they are part of. Like the 10-star one is just Donghan, Daehyun, and Seokwa, and then the Days magazine underneath is Daehyun, Donghan, Seokwa, and Johan. And then down in this bottom cube we have like solo debuts, and then just any like kind of solo stuff. So we have over here Donghan's albums, another Daehyun album here, have a couple Donghan birthday event cups, and then Donghan's season's greeting down here, Johan's photo book, and on the side there is a magazine where Donghan is in it, and he's also on the cover. Let me pull it out real quick, because yes, beautiful. Love that boy. Love them all, but alright, this has concluded my shelf tours. Woo! So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this won't be the last of what I post. I hope I'll continue making content. I hope this video actually gets posted. But thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in another video.